What's up? What's up? Hope everybody is having a great Thursday night. Give me just a second. I will get everything squared away here on my end. Gosh, super excited to have you guys here on our last Success Connection of 2022. Last one. Pretty incredible, pretty crazy that we have made it through this whole year, right? This entire year, 2022, and all the craziness that came with it. Super excited to spend this next hour with you guys, going over our plan for 2023 and how I believe that together as a community we can do over $200 million in business. $200 million in business would equate to roughly, I don't know, give or take 200 million, 40 million, probably $4 million in commissions to our students. How many of you would be excited about $4 million in commissions to our Success Connection students? Just give me a yes in the chat box. All right, I see lots of yeses. Listen, if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're excited to have you. We're always excited to get together each and every week and talk about what's working in our business, what's working online, and what trends I'm seeing right now that are really taking over the space and creating this opportunity for massive amounts of success. If you are new to the Success Connection, again, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is not about any of our specific, I would say any specific, courses that you may have from me. A lot of you have my Partner with Anthony program, my Ambassador program, Inbox Inner Circle, things like that. Those are awesome programs, and I'm so glad that you have those trainings that you can really go through. But the Success Connection is not a continuation of those, okay? The stuff that we go over here every Thursday night, it's certainly applicable to what's being taught in the courses, but we try to make Thursday night trainings a little more I would say, fluid. What's working today, what worked yesterday, what signs and trends and things am I seeing, and we can apply all of these lessons that I've taught you in the courses to the things that we are teaching you here on the Success Connection. So if you are new, I'm excited to have you, and of course if you've been here with me for 7-8 years now, however many years you've watched me grow up, then thank you for continuing to be here. What I'd love for all of you to do is go to our Facebook groups, and I'm actually going to change, I'm just going to add this up here because I think this is also really important. So let's just change this color to black, right? I want you to go to our Facebook groups. We have two of them. We have the Success Connection Facebook group, which is go.thsc.com/group. And then we have, let's just kind of move this. Well, it didn't work out for me, did it? I don't really know how to do it that way. And we also have our ERC Facebook group, which is go.thsc.com/ERC group. Go to these two groups right now and let everybody know you are live on the Success Connection, okay? You should be members of both of these groups. But go to both groups, let everybody know you're live on the Success Connection. Nick, go ahead and give away, tag one person in each group, give away $50, all right? So Nick is going to do that for me, and I think that's going to be really exciting for each and every one of us, right? So super, super excited to be here. Make sure you guys go and do that right now inside of the Facebook groups. So what are we going to cover tonight? What's tonight all about? Let me see if I can get my webcam on. Forgot to turn it on. Hey from 40. So I don't know if I look any older. Last time I was with you, I was 39, and now I am 40. So I'll be honest with you, I woke up Saturday morning, as I turned 40 on Christmas Eve, for those of you that weren't here, and I woke up and my neck was killing me. It still is, actually. It's hurting really bad. I don't know what I did to it. My neck was hurting. My back was hurting because on Friday I did like some gift swaps with friends, and one of my friends bought me like this mega like pizza oven, right? And we brought it, we were at his house. We brought it back to my house. It was two of us put it in my car, but there's only one of us at home. So I'm like, I'm gonna get this, right? So I pick it up, right? It's really wide. So I pick this thing up and I'm carrying it into my house. And I have these little Yorkies and they're a nightmare. I love them, but they're crazy. So we have these little gates up through our house that block them from the like exits, if you will. So I'm holding this thing and I reach this gate and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I stand on one leg and I go over the gate and I'm twisting this way and so I woke up Saturday morning, my back was killing me because I had been twisting like this and holding this really heavy thing. And I thought to myself, I was like, my God, I haven't felt this, but I work out every day. I haven't felt like this in years. And then I realized I turned 40 today. And I began to understand the meaning of what most of my friends are older, what they all say, when you turn 40, everything just breaks, right? And so I guess I'm just breaking. No matter how much I push myself, I'm still breaking. So that's my story of turning 40, and nothing else that was too crazy or too over the top, other than, you know, have family and friends over for my birthday, and that's really it. So yeah, pretty much that was it. Hopefully you all had a great holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever you happen to celebrate. You know, holiday time is always it's like a bittersweet time, right? Because it's the time of the year where we do a multitude of things, and that's what I want to talk about right now as we kind of look forward to 2023 and what our goal is. I'm going to show you an outline and a plan to really win next year. But you know, the holidays, especially, you know, Christmas, the end of the year, right? New Year's, as we've kind of approached New Year's for this weekend. We always reflect on what we've done for the year, right? In some cases, we feel good about that. In some cases, we feel bad, right? In some cases, we feel like, man, we didn't accomplish what we set out to accomplish. In some cases, we feel like, man, we accomplished more than we thought we were going to accomplish, right? For me, I don't know about for you, but at the end of the year, I always reflect back on all of the people that weren't here this year with me, right? It's a tough time, particularly tough time of year for me because it's my birthday and Christmas, both of which were my dad's favorite days of the year, right? And so I just have all these great memories of my dad on my birthday and on Christmas, and it always gets me. This was my first Christmas with my daughter. So it's the first Christmas as a dad, which was really exciting, a lot of fun. We got enrolled a ball pit. So it's this big thing with all these balls in it. And I mean, you know, you don't expect too much from a 9-month-old in terms of like reaction, but she was just over the moon. She was throwing the balls, throwing them at me, bouncing them off her head. She just had a blast. It was awesome, right? And for me, it was obviously a great moment, but also bittersweet because I wish my dad was here, you know, to see that. I wish my dad could be here to see my little girl, her first Christmas, you know. And sometimes you look in the mirror and you kind of see your age, right? Because it's like, wow, this is how my dad, you know, this is what he felt when I was this young. So for me, it's always a time of reflection, right? But I quickly move into projection from reflection. I've reflected on the year, on the time I've spent, you know, the things that have happened, right? And I always make notes of what I'm thankful for each and every year, things that I've accomplished, goals that I set that I achieved. And that immediately turned my focus into projecting next year. What am I going to accomplish next year? What are my goals? You know, are they different from what they were this year? And then not only what are my goals, but what are the steps that it takes to get to that goal, right? And I think this is the most important thing that you guys could listen to and learn right here and right now, okay? 2023 goals. Here's the problem with goals, okay? Problem with goals is goals are big, right? We always have big goals. Nobody says, you know what? Next year, I plan to make $15. Nobody says, I plan to make $5 more next year than I made this year. Nobody says, I plan to lose 2 pounds. that's not a goal, right? We typically associate goals with big in nature, big goals, right? We have a big goal that we want to achieve. We associate goals with this hierarchy, like it's at the top, it's far away, right? We are typically way over here, right? So this is us, way over here. And there's a journey and there's a series of steps, okay, that we have to take. There's a journey, okay, that we have to go through in order to achieve our goals. The one thing I want to caution all of you on is skipping over the journey, is skipping over the steps. If we have the vision, if our vision, if this is our only vision, then we usually fail. And the reason that we fail is we're not focused on the little things. We're not focused on the small things that help us go down that path, take that journey, and reach those goals. It's interesting because a lot of times as outsiders, as fans, we don't see the work that a lot of athletes put in. But I have a buddy that plays baseball. He's a professional ball player. He's played for a few teams, but most recently and currently with the St. Louis Cardinals. And he lives right across the street from me. And it's so amazing when I watch his off-season kind of, habits, right? When I talk to him about working out, he doesn't work out like I work out. I work out and I'm just in there doing, what I need to do to, get bigger, right? He works out and he works out like this. I mean, you would think that this guy, he like what I see is like 3 steps, he'll see is 3,000 steps. It's a very specific exercise just for strengthening this tendon. It's an extremely specific exercise for strengthening hamstrings. Like, there are so many specific steps. He doesn't say, I'm going to work out. He says, I'm going to strengthen this tricep. I'm going to strengthen this tendon. I'm going to strengthen this hamstring. I'm going to loosen this thing. He has like a list of things, right? He doesn't say I'm going to work out. By focusing on all those little steps, right, he puts his body into peak condition so that he can achieve big goals, right? He's not focused on, in the off season, hitting 500 home runs. He's focused on the baby steps and the journey, right? So that he can achieve that. I've got another guy that's a friend of mine. We just opened a business together. And he said, Anthony, I'm a big vision guy. Okay. He said, I don't focus on all the baby steps. I don't focus on the small things. I focus on the big vision. And I said, yeah, but you can be such a big vision person that you put yourself out of business. This is what happens with New Year's resolutions, right? We have this big vision. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. We don't ever say, I'm going to work out 1 hour a day. I'm going to eat X amount of calories a day. I'm going on the, we don't go with the details. We just say our New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, or I'm going to gain some muscle, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to make more money, but we don't talk about how, right? Resolutions and goals tend to be big picture ideas. What makes those big picture ideas and what makes those goals happen are the baby steps that we take to get there. That's called the journey, right? So what I want you to do tonight is set yourself up to think properly about next year and what you want to achieve. I want us to think the way that we need to think so that we focus on the things we need to focus on so that we can achieve the end goals. You all know that we have been really, really big in this ERC program, okay? The ERC program has been great for all of our students, at least everybody that's tried, right? We updated this leaderboard yesterday. They have not sent me the files today, so that's why you can see that it's updated on the 28th. So you'll always be able to see when this updates. I want you to notice something. 722. We barely have any new people submitting leads. Now our lead count is much higher. 4,223 business leads submitted. That's a ton of leads, right? I want you to look at this. I believe when we were together last week, we had $78 million in deals done, okay? If you look here, we currently have 81.9, so 82 million. $4 million in deals completed over the last, what is it, 7 days? $4 million bucks. $600,000 or so a day in deals. Incredible. But I only see 122 unique people that have generated 81 or 82 million dollars, right? 122 people. That's a incredible number for 122 people. If we do the math on that, guys, let's just do 82 million times 20% fee to bottom line times 10%, which comes back to you. That's 1,640,000. Divide that by 122. Everybody's made on average $13,500. But we know that there's a lot of you that have made 6 figures. There's a lot of you that have made 5 figures, upper 4 figures, and so on and so forth, right? Incredible numbers, right? Signed deals coming in like clockwork. If you just look at this, just signed deal after signed deal after signed deal, right? 413 of you have gotten a deal signed, and almost 1,600 deals that have been signed. So we've submitted 4,223 leads, okay? We got 1,600 that have been signed. That's 40%, right? I mean, that's a good number, right? Or it's not 40%. It's about, well, maybe it is. Yeah, 40%. A little less than half. I mean, there's a little more there, a little more here, but nevertheless, roughly 40%. We need to be getting more leads. The amount of money that you can make between now and the end of next year is insane. But what we need to do is we need to have a plan, right? We need to have a plan. We need to have a plan. We need to have goals, okay? So here's what I think goal number 1 should be. And these are all individual goals, okay? So goal number 1, get 3 new leads weekly, okay? That equates to 12 leads per month, okay? 12 leads per month. Now I want you to do the math with me on this, okay? We already said about 40% of our leads will sign deals, okay? So if 40% of our leads, 40% sign, we'll just round down, that's 4 deals signed, okay? So that's 4 deals signed. Now, we know that a signed deal, we can probably look, let's see, 1,600. Let's just look at the dollar amounts, you know, like what the dollar amounts are basically worth. If we do like 82 million and we divide that by 1,600, well, divided by 1,598 signed deals, every signed deal, okay, on average is worth $51,314. and you times that by a 20% fee, okay, which equals 10,262 and some change times 10% commission to you, okay? So that's about $1,026, okay, per. So think about that. If we do this in a month, 4 deals times $1,026, okay, we're looking at an average about $4,100 per month in income for you. That's a $50,000 year if you hit the bare minimums. This should be goal number 1. All this math is legit. It's from 6 months of us doing this as a group, as a community, as you know. And by the way, these numbers are skewed a little bit. Okay, there are a metric ton of signed deals up here that just simply are in the stages waiting for money to come in, right? So this would be the bare minimum. Again, like I said, if we just stopped everything, we'd probably go up to about 125 million, I think, on the same 1,600 signed deals. You know what I mean? So it's like we have a lot of signed deals that just haven't made it to the here's how much money you get. So what that means is if you got 3 leads a week, that's it, submitted 3 leads to Bottom Line a week, okay, you would be pacing to make $4,100 a month, roughly $50,000 next year. How many of you have ever made $50,000 on the internet in your entire life in a year? I'm not seeing any yeses. I see a couple of people that say yes. My guess is some of you saying yes made it right here with this program, right, that we've already released. Because you got guys like Kevin, you know, that have made what, $200,000, you know, give or take. So big money, right? Big money. But most people haven't made $50,000 a year. So if we go with this one goal, okay, of 3 new leads every single week, then what we can do, all right, is we can kind of set ourselves up for a $50,000 in commissions to you deal next year. Now, we need a plan. Remember I told you, you need a plan. You need to know what is the journey? What are the steps? Right? What is the journey? What are the steps? Number 1, speak to local businesses every week. Create follow-up list. This is key. Listen to me. Lots and lots and lots of people that have gotten deals done, what happened is the deal materialized from a month earlier or 3 months earlier, right? I've told you guys this already. It's going to be a crazy January. And as we roll into 23, business owners are going to be hurting. Loan rates are up, shopping is down. I'm telling you right now, business owners are going to be looking for what they can get to help them through the tougher times. So those that may have been all skeptical about ERC, saying, oh, that's a scam, right? May be more open to it now because now it's a necessity, it's a need. Instead of their business thriving, it's starting to slow down. Now they want that extra money. You see what I'm saying? Very, very important, all right? Very important. Something you definitely need to do, okay? So that's number 1, all right? Number 2 is that if we speak to local businesses, okay, and this is very important, is that if we speak to these local businesses, and they don't have, okay, they don't have any knowledge of this ERC thing, we need to push them to book phone calls. So many of you are trying to educate and teach people about this, okay? So many of you are trying to educate and teach people about this instead of just getting them on the phone with bottom line. I want you to stop trying to educate and start trying to move people. Think about moving the needle, okay? This is number one. Number two, all right, this is the second easiest thing, at least in my opinion, that you could be doing, okay? The second easiest thing is online lead gen, okay? This is the second easiest thing. Now, mind you, you're speaking to local businesses. Also, I think, you know, friends introing you. This is all local stuff. Like, get your friends to intro you to businesses, right? Talk to people about this. Here's the deal. I think some of you are scared to talk about it. Some of you are scared to discuss it. Some of you are like, right? But guys, Kevin, who you just saw on this leaderboard, has made $200,000. Think about that. Sometimes we have to see those kind of numbers to motivate ourselves to have one more conversation, right? We talked about the power of one more and how Ed Milet, you know, spoke about this, and he had the crowd and the people and everybody was so enamored by it. They were so drawn to it. But the reality is, it's human nature, right? We always want one more of this, one more moment with that person, one more dollar, one more vacation, one more day off. We always want one more, right? Being satisfied is rare. Think about that. It's rare. So the idea that we always want one more is what moves society along. It's the reason why people work harder. It's the reason why there's motivation in life, because we are a society that wants more, right? Once you see what more means, one more conversation could be the deal that makes you six figures. So why are you scared to have it? The fear of having that conversation is an internal fear. It's something you have to get past. It's something you have to break free from. The inadequacy, that I'm not good enough, that I've never made six figures in my life, so I'm not qualified to do this, that it'll never happen for me. It only happens, yeah, sure, it happened for Kevin, and yeah, it happened for Brian, but it happened for 122 people, but I'm the one that it would never happen to. No, 122 people is a lot of people have made money doing this. 122 of 700 that have submitted leads have got money. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. That's 15+%. And by the way, a lot of those people that submitted leads, they've still got those leads in the queue to get money, right? So if you're new to this is the first time hearing about this, when these people sign the documents and they sign the deal, the 1,600 that have signed the deal, it's virtually impossible to get that deal done in a quick amount of time. There's so much work involved. So every day there's new deals coming in, right? There's new deals, new leads, but there's not like there's more new leads coming in today than there was back then. So the numbers are always skewed. My point is of the 722, my guess is roughly 30 to 40% of them will have a deal done. And let's not also forget that there were a lot of people that submitted fake leads when we first got started, okay? So there's a lot of leads in there where people were just data punching, you know? So if we cleaned that up and cleaned everything up, roughly probably half of the people that submit leads are gonna get a deal done. So some of those people only submitted one lead. I can almost virtually guarantee you, I can't guarantee it because I haven't looked at the data, but it's almost a virtual guarantee that if you submitted 3 leads a week, you know, for 50 weeks, they're real leads, like real conversations, there's just no way you don't get a deal done. Out of 150 leads that are real leads. Online lead gen, okay? This would be things like Facebook ads, all right? This would be things like Google ads. I've shown you that. We did a workshop on that. This would also be things like Facebook groups, right? Go into Facebook groups for business owners and talk to those business owners about money, right? This is fast, easy processes, right? Number 3, macro leads. Now, I saw somebody say macro leads, this is data and email. I saw somebody say, oh, well, macro leads doesn't work. Well, for every one of you that said that, there's somebody that got a deal done with macro leads that made them $8,000, and that's 8 times their investment, right? At the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, you get out of it what you put into it. If all you do is just press the send button on emails every day, maybe it takes you a year to get a deal done. One of the things you're not paying attention to, and you're probably a little bit short-sighted on, is there's only like, out of 122 different people that have gotten deals done, I bet there's not 5 of them that have gotten deals done that didn't pay them more than $1,000, right? So if you mailed the macro leads thing every day for 350 days, call it, we take a few days off, and you get one deal, that one deal might be a whale. It might be a $700,000 deal that pays you 14 grand, right? So you can't look at this stuff in the short term. You have to look at it long term. You have to understand the value of your deals, right? If the value of a deal can be 50,000, 80,000, 70,000 in commissions, then you understand that even if it takes you all year to get that one single deal, okay, and that's it, it's $50,000 deal on a tiny, tiny investment. We're not playing the small game anymore. You guys are in the big leagues. You're playing the big game with big money, right? But you got to be talking about it. You got to be on your Instagram accounts talking about it, saying if you got a business and you got 5 employees or more, DM me right now, right? Online lead gen, Instagram, right? You should be obsessed with talking about this. This is part of the journey. It's part of the steps. It's part of the plan for 2023 for us to win, right? Macro leads, mega important. Number 4 is data, buys, and cold calls. All right. This is new. I have spent weeks sourcing data for you. Macro leads get you data, okay? Get you data for a very cheap price. But if you want more data, additional data, data that even macro leads is not scraping, not pulling. Macro leads pulls data from web pages and such. I can get you data from data brokers where they have online forms that business owners fill out. In some cases, I can get the owner's cell phone number, and they agree to provide this data, right? So this is not like fake data or anything. Like, these people provided the data knowing that people were going to call them, right? So the reason I haven't given you access to this is I'm trying my best to negotiate, okay, the best possible purchase price on this data that I can get. So what I'm going to do is, just so you know, is next week, okay, I'm going to give you a price and a survey, And it's basically going to say, if the data is this much, how much data would you buy, right? In other words, if I can get the data for 30 cents a record, right? Would you buy 100 records, meaning 100 people's information? Would you buy 1,000? Would you buy 10,000? Okay. Understand something. I am not trying to make money on this data. Okay. Selling this data to you. I may even let you just buy directly. We'll see if they'll let me. But by us buying data in bulk, there's, there won't not 1,000 of us on here today, but there will be next week. By us buying data in bulk, we get mega deep discounts. That data you can then email and you can also call, right? This is like the perfect. Now, remember, the reason that I told you that there was such a I would say great opportunity, okay, to with macro leads is because unlimited data, you don't have to buy it, right? Is the data as good as these data purchases? No. Is there more data that's incorrect with macro leads than there will be with a data purchase? Absolutely. But are you going to be able to just sit there and pound 2,000 leads, 3,000 leads a day for one payment of $1,000? No. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I'm trying to ease you into this. I'm not trying to oversell anything. Listen to me. I am not making money selling you shit right now. I want you to understand that. I never cuss on here, but I want you to wake up. I want you to get deals done. I don't care how. If you only knew how many phone calls I've been on about this data, right? Testing it, trying to know people, hours of my time. So it isn't so I could turn around and make 3 cents a record off of you, right? I want you to get the best price on the planet because I want you to get as much data as you can, make as many phone calls as you can, send as many emails as you can, and get as many deals done as you can. That's all I care about. That is literally all I care about. My goal, okay, is to help you make more money, right? That's my goal. Because I make more money when you do this, right? So I'm going to arm you with everything I can. Not only are there going to be data purchases, we're also going to have a team of cold call reps. There's going to be a team of cold call reps. I've been working behind the scenes for a month with these guys to set this up to where you could literally buy this data, give it to this rep who will then make the phone calls for you and send the emails for you and try to close the deals for you where you don't even have to do anything. Now, do I ever really and truly trust somebody else to do what I know I need to do for me? Not really, right? That's not my, it's not my MO, you know what I'm saying? However, what I will tell you is this. I'm training good reps, and what I would do is I would call the data once myself with the script, and then I would give that data over to the rep, the cold call rep, and say, okay, you call, if you don't get them on the phone, right? Leverage the team. Again, working on the cost of that, right? Trying to make it cost pennies because we have a big group of people doing it. Humans are not free, right? You guys know this. So a team of cold call reps, if we get 30 cold call reps, probably going to cost us at least $1,500 a rep per month, maybe 2,000. I don't know. I'm still working on the numbers. 50 or 60 grand a month. How do we pay for that? Well, If you've got 1,000 Success Connection students and everybody pays $50 a month, you've covered your fee. Now you've got this massive team of reps and they're working for all of us collectively. See what I'm saying? Whereas now you have access to have reps make phone calls for you for $50 a month. And by the way, it might not be that, it might be $100. I don't know. Like, I'm working on the numbers. Here's what I do know. If you were going to hire somebody on your own to do this, you would pay $2,000 to $2,500 a month for one person to make phone calls for you. So my goal is to create a system. I'm a systems person. I always have been. I want to create a system for you where you can get data, be it from macro leads or from the data brokers, okay? You can do what I've taught you to do with that data. Then you can pass it along to the cold call team, who can then do with that data what I've taught them to do with it. Now we have this system in place where we just keep rinsing and repeating. You want to know how Andrew Gold has, I don't know, $8.2 million in earnings, 408 signed deals. Everyone, please stop and think about that. He has 25% of the signed deals for our whole community. One person. 1,157 total leads. Pretty good signed to lead ratio, right? 40% or so. How is he doing that? How does he do that? Real simple. Tons and tons of marketing, getting data. Data is the key. So if I can arm you with the data, you can do exactly what anybody else is doing that's at the top of this leaderboard, okay? This is your plan. Your goal, okay, is 3 new leads every single week. And there should be an accountability. At the end of the week, if you haven't got 3 leads, you need to be thinking to yourself, I'm off track. I'm off track. What I got to do to get back on track? Did I only get 2 leads this week? Next week, I better get 5 so I can get on track. No matter how you do it. If I told you that you could make $50,000 or more a year doing nothing but getting in your car, driving around your local area, or maybe an area 30 minutes away from you, talking to small business owners about how you could get them free money, sending some emails to leads and making some cold calls, that's just got to be easier than any other job that you could possibly be doing. You would jump on it. You want to make more money next year. You have to put in the effort. You have to take the tools, the resources, and the things that we've provided to you, and you have to use them to the best of your ability. This program is going away soon. There are also thousands of people coming on board to do this. You are going to start losing market share very quickly. So the question is, are you going to jump in or are you going to sit on the sideline? If you're going to jump in, this is your goal. 3 new leads a week. You can see the math. That's $50,000 a year, bare minimum. If they're real leads, okay, real leads and legit, $50,000 a year. You saw that from our leaderboard. Like, can't make this up. It's all live and online. You can see it at any point in time. You can check the leaderboard and you can see how much money people have done. How many leads has this person sent in? How many signed deals does this person have? How much money have they made? You can do the math yourself to see what people are making per lead. And everybody's doing it differently. Alexander Gold's doing a bunch of online marketing. Brian Jennings, Bernie, they're doing cold calls, right? Kevin tapped into resources he already had. Hunter Logan tapped into 3 or 4 local resources that he had. That was it. He's done like, I think, 2.5 million or so, give or take, I think is what he has. So what is that? I mean, that's big money for him, right? I think maybe even has more than that. Might have 4 million. I don't know. He's made 50 or 60 grand, I think, doing this. This is, I mean, that's big money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not small dollars. So you can put yourself in the same position. You just have to use the tools that we've given you to make it happen. You can also, you need to remember the journey. What are we going to do on this journey? Where do we go? Follow these rules. Do exactly what I'm showing you to do here, right? Do these things. These are important, important, important things. They're very important. Now, you can stay plugged into our community, all right, by being plugged into this training. This training is free, guys. It's free. And if you go through this training, let me explain something to you. When you get down here to agent referral training, if you have 3 leads, okay, I think it's 3 leads, might be more than that. I have to go look. Let's see. Yeah, 3 business leads. Okay, if you have 3 business leads that you have sent in, we unlock that training for you, which allows you to sign up other people to do the same thing you're doing, and you just make money off of them doing it too, right? That's not the goal of this training, but once you have 3 leads, why not get your friends? Why not get people in your Facebook channel and all that stuff? Why not get more people doing it? You'll still make more money. You all need to complete this course and watch this leaderboard. Here's the leaderboard. When you click it, you will see this, in which case you can make this as many pages as you want, you know, whatever. You can see every single thing on here. You know, a lot of times people tell me, oh, well, I don't know how people make all this money. Well, look down here. There's Hunter Logan right there, 2.7 million. But look at all these people over, you know, this person's like right on the outside of $1 million. I mean, look how many people have done over $1 million here, right? $1 million bucks. And then look how many have done over $500,000. Look how many are in the 6 figures, right? I mean, there's very close to 100 of you that have done 6-figure deals. 6-figure deals. It's all right there. All you guys have to do is tap into it, okay? You need to be a part of this community. You need to join this Telegram group, join this Facebook group, and make sure that you've bookmarked this leaderboard so that you can always see it, okay? These are important steps to winning in 2023. All right, very important steps to winning in 2023. Next week, all right, I'm going to release the data broker opportunity. This is where you just get guaranteed data. I'm going to release the cold call team for you, all right? And we're going to work on a cold call script. All of this is happening next week, okay? All of this is happening next week, plus 4th thing is I'm going to show you our $100,000 contest. There will be info about this contest next week. How can you win $100,000? I've never given away $100,000 in my life. How can you win $100,000? You'll find out next week on the Success Connection as we kick off 2023. All right, super excited about it. So what do you need to do right now as we wrap things up tonight? Number 1 is you need to go right here, go.thsc.com/funnel. When you go there, you will see this page right here, okay? This is where you can create your access to the free training course. If you do not already have it, this is where you can get it. You need to get it. You need to get ClickFunnels, Webinar Fuel, Telegram group, Facebook group, macro leads. Arm yourself to be ready to implement the plan next week as we roll into 2023. Just go through the course. The course teaches you everything. If I just said a bunch of stuff that you didn't understand, great. Go through this course, you'll understand it. Go step by step, sessions 1 through 5. Don't miss any videos. There's awesome information in each one. It's there to help you. But you're going to want to create your training course access first. All right, it's right here. All of this is at this URL. Just go.dsc.com/funnel. The password to get on here is ERC. All right, so the password is ERC. You can go here, you can see this, you can click here to get access to this right away. You'll get access to the course completely free, not charging you a penny. You can go through this course and you can have yourself ready for next year. Are you going to stay on the sideline or are you going to get in the game? That's the question I have. So I want you to go to our Facebook group tonight, and I want you to tell me and put out there in the world, in the universe, in the group, I want you to tell me that you're going to get off the sideline, you're going to get in the game, and you're going to do your work. You're going to get 3 leads every single week in 2023. Put it out there. Hold yourself accountable. People pay $40,000 to coaches to teach them to hold themselves accountable. I'm doing it for free, right? You don't even have to pay me, but you got to be accountable for your own self. Nobody can do it for you. We can get you all the way to that point, but you got to step over the line. You got to make it a priority, and you got to get it done. Go to that Facebook group and you tell everybody that 2023 is going to be an awesome year for you because you've got goals and you know the steps to achieve those goals. And you're going to take those steps. You're going to get those 3 leads every week. You're going to immerse yourself in this, and you are going to hit your goal of a minimum of $50,000 in commissions next year in 2023. Tell everybody this. Go to this link. If you haven't yet gotten started with this program, you can sign up completely free. It's go.dsc.com/funnel. The password is ERC. Go there, get it done. Guys, listen, have a great weekend, a safe weekend. This is yet another holiday weekend. This one, although, is a little more dangerous. So please, every year, people die on New Year's. Every year. Just because it's a single day of the year that we all party. We all drink, we all go out. We're all in places we wouldn't normally be, in situations we wouldn't normally be in, and things happen. Be safe, be smart. Remember that just because you're not drinking and driving doesn't mean the 50,000 cars coming at you aren't, right? Be safe and be smart. We have such an amazing opportunity in 2023 to take our lives to another level financially. We have that plan in place right now. We have the vision. We know the steps. We got to be here to take advantage of it. And if 2022 taught me anything, it's that life is short. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, right? So we need to do with today every single thing we possibly can to maximize this day and our success. And we need to always be aware that things are going on around us, and we need to put ourselves in the positions to always be in a good position, I guess. So if you're going out and you're partying, don't drink and drive. If you're going out and partying in places where people are drinking and driving, maybe second guess that, right? Spend some time working on your business, getting your mind right, getting your body right, getting your head right, so that you can hit 2023 instead of in a drunken stupor trying to recover from your partying. Maybe you hit it with a fresh mind, goals, steps to achieve those goals, and you shoot out in 2023 like a rocket while everybody else is dragging their butts because they had to party and they had to drink just because it's a new year, right? I mean, how stupid is that, right? Spend that time getting yourself ready, because what you really want in 2023, you can't achieve by doing stupid shit. You can only achieve it by doing important stuff and self-discipline. So have self-discipline, be safe this weekend, have a great and a fun weekend. Happy New Year to all of you. I will see you all in 2023. Make sure you go to this link, go.dsc.com/funnel, password ERC, get the course, go through the training, get the assets ready, and make sure you go to our Facebook group and let everybody know about your goals and the 3 leads you're going to get. Nick, give away some cash prizes. Let's do $100 tonight. Just tag somebody who makes that post in the Facebook group, and I will see you all next week right here, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.